All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 11 of my two Call of War games. Again, they are proceeding very well. This is my Homeward... What is this game? Homeward? I forget the title, but it's basically the United States one. Yeah, and it's going very well. I've finished mopping up South Quebec here. I finished mopping up North Quebec, taken Newfoundland. So we have wrapped up this war. It was a little more costly than I would like. They had some time to build up some troops, but hey, I don't really care because we got it all. So we have made ourselves nice and big and scary. And in the interim, when I wasn't streaming, I did reach out to Alaska and West Montana saying, hey, can I join your coalition? Because here you see we've got Northwest Territories here. They are inactive. That is an inactive player. So I'm really hoping that they kick out Northwest Territories and put me in. And I see one of them has responded to me. So this is my first time looking at this. I'm really hoping that this is a positive note. And if it is, then this game's going to kind of go on autopilot and it's going to be fantastic. If not, we're going to have some more work to do. So let's see what it is. Messages and trades, West Montana. Okay, let me ask. Okay, awesome. So West Montana is going to ask for me. So he's going to try to get me in. That's a good move. I'm getting kind of big, kind of scary. You know, not, of course, can they handle me? Yeah, probably. If Alaska and West Montana work together, they can probably deal with me pretty easily. And it looks like Alaska is going to reach me first. But this, you know, but I'm assuming at this point, I have to assume that they're not going to let me in. Hey, Rockefeller series of numbers. I'm not going to read all the numbers, but hey, nice to see you. So this is the thing. So I'm really hopeful that these guys, Alaska, Oregon, West Montana, and Northwest Territories, are going to let me into their coalition. They're going to boot the inactive purple guy over here, and they're going to let me in his place. It'd be a smart move for them. But if they don't, what do I do? Like, what are my options? Some kind of, like, massive drive across Alaska, West Montana, all the way into their home territories? No, that's really stupid, and it's not going to work. For a lot of reasons. Now, I actually like my chances if Alaska comes this way. I think I can duel Alaska one-on-one, but that's only a delaying action, and as I'm doing that, West Montana is going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Oregon's going to probably keep expanding down here if they're smart, and it's going to be really annoying for me to fight them. So, what's my super secret, awesome backup plan? Well, if you'll notice, I have this nice little strip of water that runs all the way outside of radar range to Alaska. Now, how long is that going to take? That is going to take, if I want to do that, let's see. That's 3 days. 3 days, 8 hours, no minutes, 38 seconds. That's a long time. But the bright side is, and that's why I'm bringing up a stack of 10 right up to here. The bright side is they are not going to see me coming at all. They don't have these territories, so I'm going to be completely invisible to them all the way to here. And then if I stay up north, and I think I can stay up north, right? Yeah, if I stay up north like this, they're not going to see me on radar. And who on earth would post a boat or subs up here to check? There's zero chance that happens. So in 3 days, I would have the surprise attack to end all surprise attacks. It'd be pretty awesome. I'd probably take a bunch of this. If Alaska is paying attention, they'll probably stop me somewhere around here. I could probably get from here to here. They'll probably stop me around here. They might also just gold spam right here in Prudhoe Bay, which would suck. I wouldn't like that at all. But that's a lot of industrial capacity getting wiped out when they've expanded that big. And that's a problem. Because the more you expand, the more of your resources you're using, right? So, for example, I'm using 2,000 wheat. I'm producing 16,000 per day. But let's look at my resource. Let's look at my actual provinces. Yeah, I'm producing 16,000 wheat per day, but 12,000 of that is in a single province. That's right, one single province, Montreal. If someone took out Montreal, then my wheat production per day would drop to 4,000 per day. That's a serious, serious, serious problem. And these guys have expanded a lot farther than I have. They're going to be using even more. So, I mean, that could be a pretty crippling attack against Alaska. Now, if it was just me, there'd be nothing for them to worry about. They could still go, okay, well, they could send reinforcements up here. They could sort of retake their ground. It would suck, it'd be annoying, but they could do it. But here's Colombia. And guess what? Colombia signed their agreement with me to share map. So, Colombia and me are friends now. And that's a little scary. This is actually kind of a... How many units do I have? Really? I actually expected more units. How many units do I have? I've got 81 units. Colombia's got 78. Huh. Given their size, I expected more units. But I think that this is going very well. Now, this, of course, the smartest move for West Montana is to let me into the coalition, boot Northwest Territories. I mean, another smart move for them would be to ask Colombia to join, which would leave me the odd man out, and that would really suck. I wouldn't like that at all. But, you know, it's a possibility. And then maybe... I mean, maybe we can convince them to let us kill Oregon here, because Oregon really doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Yeah, if you look on most advanced nations, Oregon... Oh my gosh, Oregon's 5%? What on earth? Yeah, Oregon's down. Oregon is actually... Is Oregon turtling right here? That would actually be really crazy if it was. I don't know why they would do that. That would be kind of wild, but hey, whatever. You know, it's their game. Yeah, so what we're going to do in the meantime is... We're going to research... What are we going to research? Infantry is going good. I'm kind of building my army for speed. So I've got mechanized infantry at level 2. I've got my tanks pretty much all lined up, my light tanks and armored cars. I'm waiting for these to drop. I haven't even researched into heavy tanks. Maybe I could research into tank destroyer, if that's a possibility I'm thinking about, just so I can move fast. Air is really good. I actually should research interceptor, that's what I'm thinking. I haven't done anything naval at all, and my reason for that is... Look at this. AI, 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 AI. Unless Colombia wants to sail a navy up to hit me, there's no point in me building... Anything I build in the navy is just a waste of time and money. And then secrets, I've got level 2 rockets, which probably aren't going to start coming into play in a while. I just always want to make sure I'm like up to date on my nuke track. I actually love nukes. I think they're the best thing ever. And then let me double check on my province administration. I'm finishing up my recruiting stations. That's going to solve my manpower problem. Yeah. I think this is going very, very well. Here, I'm actually... What do I want to build here, actually? Where is Sherbrooke? Sherbrooke's right there. I need to make something my kind of ordnance factory. This is all level 1. I guess I should make this my ordnance factory. It's kind of farther back, though. Yeah, that's probably fine. I mean, mostly I want to just put out a bunch of armored cars, so I guess it's okay to have 2 of these kind of ticking along, so I'll put one in here. Yeah. And I'm not using any of my goods resources to do that, which is nice. Then I'm also going to... I'm going to get the next airplane going here. That's going well. Yeah, this is all pretty good right now. And then here... Man, a lot of goods being used on this, but I think it's okay. Alright, good. We've got our production still ticking. Yeah, so I think this is a good setup. And the last thing I'll do is I'll make sure I'm researching the next ordnance here for... no. Maybe militia? No, that seems kind of weak. Over this amount of terrain, yeah. I'll probably build some more interceptors. I think that's okay. But now we turn to the really interesting campaign. Because this is going as, you know, expected. Here's the really interesting campaign. And here's why I named this segment Mind Games. One of the most unstated elements of Call of War. Come on. Thanks. One of the most unstated elements of Call of War is the psychological aspect. The psychological aspect is rarely stated. It's rarely understood. And I think it's one of the best aspects of the game. And here's the psychological aspect. In a word, you can talk to your opponents. You can say anything you want. I love that. And here I'll show you what I did. So, in the last update, we were kind of coming into this confrontation. I did succeed in wiping out Italy's troops, but now they have a bunch more troops coming in behind them. They've got 3 tanks here from the UK. This is, by the way, I'm pretty sure the last of the UK's forces on the continent. My blockade has been successful. I actually took out a 10 stack of an Italian naval force with my super upgraded subs. Yeah, these 3 subs took out a 10 stack of Italian Navy cruisers. That's because they didn't have any destroyers with them because they were stupid. We've locked off the Baltic very nicely. I'm going to keep pumping out, you know, naval ships out of here. But here at this point, look, Finland has arrived. It's about ready to make its attack. And so I've only got a few units left here, but they have done their job. I have managed to hold them off. And now I'm going to show you my true brilliance here. Oh, by the way, I also did land 2 infantry units. Yeah, that's right. 1 infantry unit, 1 infantry unit. That's all I landed on the UK. And the UK is totally incompetent. I don't even know if they're playing anymore. I really hope they're not, because if they are, this would be really embarrassing. I haven't been able to take any of the cities, but I don't need to. I'm just taking everything else. And that's a lot of money going down the drain. That's minor resources pools going down the drain. Yeah, the UK is done. There's no way they can get off the island. And even if they did, like, where would they go? And now I'm going to explain my awesomeness. So, I started corresponding with Italy yesterday. One of the things I like to do is I like to establish my philosophical justification for the war, which is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous for me to say that, because this is obviously a game where you have to win. So, me, like, role-playing Sweden as philosophically justified in starting a war is completely pointless, but people buy into it so often, it's just really funny. So I'll show you how things started. And it's not here, so we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna go back to yesterday. This is really funny. Alright, so the first thing I wrote, the war begins. I communicated this. Today, the war between the coalition of Italy, Spain, the UK, and the coalition of Finland and Sweden finally began. This war was long expected, but was precipitated by the attempted entry of an Italian cruiser into the Baltic Sea, yada yada yada. I'm basically blaming them for firing on the innocent virtual residents of one of my coastal cities. The cruiser was annihilated. We are all aware that Sweden fired the shot that started this war between us. He fired on a convoy that did not threaten him at all. He will now be pushed back into the sea. This is absolutely true. I basically sent one of my subs to attack a UK, two UK convoys that were landing troops on, like, the Netherlands coast. Of course I did. I'm not going to let the UK land a bunch of more troops on the continent for free when I'm about to be starting a war with them. So of course I blew them up. I had him right there. Like, it would be insane of me not to. However, so at this point, now that Italy has engaged with me, my goal is just to make him mad. People who are mad do stupid things and lose all sensibility and lose all rationality. So I just made him mad. Okay, so let's before I show you the next newspaper, how did I make him mad? Let's take a look. How did I make him mad based on this? Come on. Oh, that's absolutely right. Propaganda. Yep, concerned. We in the great nation of Sweden are concerned that Italy has suffered a stroke due to his horrific butchering of the word propaganda. Unless he is Australian and taking a propaganda mate at something, he should grab a dictionary. In the meantime, Sweden cannot help but wonder when he will be pushed back into the sea. Clearly, this will not be by the Italian forces in Leipzig that seem to be running for their homeland as fast as their injured feet can carry them. Yep. Then, and this is my most potent psychological message, I communicated this. I saw him use some gold to heal up one of his units. And as soon as I saw him do that, then I went straight for the divide. I basically was like, Italy's a gold user, he's sickening, it's disgusting, no Call of War player should ever use gold. This is, I mean, honestly, I do kind of feel this way a little bit, but I understand. There's so much gold in the game that they give out for free. Like, using it to heal up a couple units is not the worst thing in the world. Especially in a game where there's been no preconditions about not using gold. However, I know this is a way to potentially exploit him, to potentially, go after him and stuff. So I just did make that, And then I put in the newspaper, I personally make this offer to Spain, who will have an honored place in our coalition if he assists us in eliminating this pocketbook warrior. Spain was part of their coalition. I'm not a gold user. Prove your statement, mate. And yes, I'm an Aussie, and I find your comment ill-advised and a racist. You're trying to divide us and it won't work. No way do I believe this guy's actually Australian. First off, an Australian wouldn't actually try to pronounce propaganda like that. So I really don't believe that. I think he's just trolling. I don't know why he posted a picture with this. Like, does the picture make it better? And then I give my evidence. Dude, I literally watched a 4-stack of light tanks get healed from under half health for 8 seconds. You used gold to heal your units. And that was the end of Italy's communication. Because why was I doing this? Was I just trying to troll him? Was I just trying to post a newspaper for my own random benefit? No, of course not. That'd be stupid. I was actually reaching out to Spain. And while I was saying in the newspaper how Italy is terrible, I posted this to Spain, secretly. I send this message to the most honorable nation of Spain. So far it has been revealed that Italy is spamming gold in the most dishonorable and disgusting manner. I'm sorry to say this, but in addition, the UK seems to be mostly incompetent, which is true. I'm sorry you've been saddled with such allies, but such is the nature of Call of War. I make you this offer instead. If you leave their coalition, you'll be joyously welcomed into ours after the 3-day waiting period has passed. Let us win this war quickly and well. He says, I agree to your terms. I accept this gracious offer. He gave me some very nice material I did not ask for, which is very nice of him. And that's that. As you can see, Spain has joined our forces and is currently ticking up the UK. He seems to be not attacking Italy, which is fine. We can, I and Finland can deal with Italy effectively. But yeah, at this point, Italy is completely screwed. There is basically nothing they can do. I'm pretty sure these are their last main units. And that is how you win the propaganda battle of Call of War. It is one of my favorite things to do. And I'd like to think I am actually a little effective at doing it. And so now I'm pretty sure this is Italy's last actual major attack to push me into the sea. It's not going to work. Because I don't think he realizes how close Finland actually is to going in full throttle. And as soon as that's done, Finland's just going to roll straight down through here. And that's going to be all she wrote for Italy. We are going to add Spain to our coalition. And everything's going to be awesome. 2 days and 8 hours until I can join your coalition. We will anxiously await your entry. Let us know if there is anything you need. At this point, Spain is just trying to basically this is a smart message. He's trying to, like, recertify that, yes, the deal is still on. We're not going to betray him. We're going to wait. We're going to let him join our coalition. And I'm saying, yes, absolutely. We will absolutely stick by that. You know, so now let's look at the strategic situation, or more specifically, the tactical situation right here. So I defeated the Italian armies that were up here in Leipzig yesterday, but now he's got a whole new set of armies. And if you know anything about Call of War, you know that this guy's a moron. It's very obvious from this setup. Why is this guy a moron? Well, in Call of War, the maximum units in an army that can actually do damage are 10. Meaning he's got 8 armies that do no damage. 10 most powerful units deal damage, additional units deal no damage. That's right, he's got 8 units here that are just sitting on their butt, getting absolutely no value at all. I'm also noticing what he should do is he should drive up the coast and then start shelling Berlin, where my units used to be. That's what he would do if he was smart. He's not that smart. 732. How close am I? Those units are going to hit each other pretty soon, so I'm just going to attack this this unit right now. So this unit is going to keep sitting here. They're going to try to heal up a little bit, but also there's a medium tank that's driving up from here, and I think it's going to probably hit Hamburg. That's dumb. It should hit Rostock here, which would be annoying for me to defend. But I can still, if I, see it coming up the road, I can still kind of get some people there. Oh, let's see what Spain says. Okay, we should finish sorting out Britain, take stock of our supplies, bolster our forces, make a move in Finland. Uh-oh, what? Oh, that's no good. Finland? Why would he want to do that? That's, What? Why? Does he expect me to take on Finland? Why am I the front person in all this? Sweden should not be this much in the way of this war happening. What the heck? What the heck? How do I... Okay, how do I say this? Absolutely. Quick check. Did make our... Sorry, okay, sorry. I have my mic key tuned to M. Okay, so... Thanks for letting me know. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Unless... The only thing I can think of is... This guy wants... There's no good reason to want to turn on Finland in this circumstance. Unless, and this would be a nightmare, Spain is thinking to himself, I'm going to go for the solo win. I'm going to take down everyone. I'm going to be the solo winner, and he's thinking he can play me into attacking Finland, and then he'll turn on me and get the solo win. That's what I'm thinking right now. Dang it. Okay, so based on this message... Spain is going for the solo win. Let me look up this guy. This is crazy. See, this is why I love this game. The mind games are so good. Oh, level 43. I want to see if he has any wins. What is this? 0.35. That's lame. Games joined. Solo victories 1. Coalition victories 0. Yeah. Yeah, this yeah. Dang it. I was hoping we'd have a faster game than this. That's annoying. So that's going to change my long-term plans, obviously. Oh, he's got a lot of destroyers. Those are going to wreck my subs. Yikes. How many troops does he have, actually? Let me look. Nope. Well, I'll explain the tactical situation here while I'm thinking of stuff to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm driving my 8 units down so they can crush these 2 tanks and then hopefully hit these guys just while they're sitting here. I'm going to have a huge advantage in terms of efficiency, and it's going to do a lot of damage to those guys. At the same time... Yeah, at the same time, they are probably going to be able to kill this unit. But they're going to take massive casualties in the process. That's going to open the way for Finland. Finland's been good to me this whole game. I have no intention of turning on them. Absolutely none. Not to mention, just the practicalities of it. Look at how big this is. I don't want to take all this on. Yeah, maybe I could do an infrastructure battle. But, you know, I could take out some resources here. But, like, I'm right next to them. So Spain seems to be playing this ultra aggressively, and he already did turn on his own coalition. So I have no reason to think he wouldn't just turn immediately on me. That being said, how many units does he have up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He does not have a lot of units up here. Most of his units are concentrated down here. How do I... The good news is I'm still mostly safe. I can turtle up here. Is he going to be able to take... He probably can't take that. This is going to be a very interesting and challenging game moving forward. I'm not a big fan of how that seems to be progressing, but I mean, what can you do? Yeah, I mean, I got to start packing for Madrid, basically. I can't even believe it. Like, it's like, okay, you're going for the solo win. Fine. Why would you tell me that? He must want me to, like, turn on Finland. That's not happening. But are his PvP stats decent? No, his PvP stats suck. They're terrible. I'll show you. Look at this garbage. PvP stats 0.35, 0.70. That's embarrassingly bad. He's joined 33 games. He's got 1 solo victory. My guess is he's just going for solo victories and that's it. So I'm not super concerned. He also is basically making nothing but light tanks, which I don't think a whole lot of. He's got no Air Force. Basically no Navy. Yeah, he's just spamming light tanks. Yeah. My worry is I don't actually want to let Finland know, because I don't want Finland to be distracted while he's driving in here. And if I let him and Spain get closer, then when I let him know Spain's talking to me about this, he's going to be like really close to him, and it's going to be more obvious that he should take the lead. I don't have enough troops to keep taking the lead, you know? I see you're currently in alliance on Finland. Do you plan to turn on them? I've been in alliance with Finland. I've okay, so apparently he just realized this. I've been Finland since the beginning of my coalition with Finland that I have been in some time, unless Finland... Yeah, give me a second. My mic key is hotkeyed to M, so I just gotta write this. Unless Finland... I will not betray them first. Okay, let me read this. My offer was for you to join my coalition with Finland that I've been in for some time. Unless Finland betrays me, I will not betray them first. But I would have to remain neutral in any combat between you and Finland, but I would urge you to simply wait out the timer and join our coalition. Is this true? Absolutely hell no. I would not remain neutral. Finland's my buddy. I would absolutely help him out. But I don't want him to be mad at me right now. And I want to keep share a map. So I'm going to urge him to make the obviously right choice and just join our coalition after the map is done. Looking at his army, he is not at all capable of winning solo. So I'm just like saying, hey, like, we don't need to go after Finland here. Just, you know, let's just wait it out and you can join our coalition after we're done. Everyone, like, it's a win-win for everyone. I really hope he agrees to do that, because if not, it's just going to mean the game is going to take an additional, like, 3 days. Or 4 days, maybe. Yeah, probably 4 days. And it absolutely guarantees that I'll lose all this. And I'll just be relegated to the Baltic, to my peninsula here. I've just had the most unlucky game here with this. I am going to wait for his response. I'm really hoping he just says, yeah, okay, I'll just join you guys. In the meantime, in an hour and a half, these guys are going to hit the artillery division, which are not being patrolled by the bomber wing here. And like I said, I'm going to lose these troops for certain. But they're pretty much going to wreck this army, at least a huge percentage of it. And that'll give Finland the opportunity he needs to actually move in. So I have absolutely done my part for this coalition. I've done more than my share. I have been like the primary fighter on the continent, while Finland's just been free to just expand endlessly. Didn't realize it was day 14. Wish my games went that fast. Yes. Sometimes, if stuff's not happening, it seems to, like, really lag. You know, it takes forever. But when things are happening, it really flies by. Spain, because of his gross incompetence, is trying to figure out what my message means, I guess. He should have known. I mean, obviously, like, I've been in a coalition with Finland for a while. It's not like this is new. I've been in a coalition with him since, like, day 5 or something. So, we'll see what happens. If he does go against Finland, he will get wrecked. Oh my gosh, you only play the global maps? Those take forever. I've been actively avoiding those as I've gotten back into Call of War. I'll probably start one. Maybe I'll start one after this game is done. You know, after these 2 games are done. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to do the shorter ones. Yeah, I've just not been able to expand the way I wanted. I've just been up against all these players. But thankfully, it is finally getting taken down. And look, I killed those units. I did it for very, they did almost no damage to me, which is great. And now we are going to continue going towards this artillery unit, which is just sitting here. And I'm going to hope he doesn't notice me until I'm on top of him. So as long as Italy doesn't actually check the map for the next hour and a half, I'm good. If he does, he's going to get in a killer attack with 6 artillery units. That's going to hurt a lot. We'll see what Spain does. I don't know if he'll believe me about me staying neutral. He really shouldn't. That's an insane thing to say. He really should have been paying attention, but yeah. So he can actually get a coalition win out of this, you know? That's the thing. A lot of times you'll see these players that really don't know what they're doing. And he's got an opportunity here to get a really good coalition win out of this. But the big winner is going to be... I have really put my life on the line here for Finland. I really hope he recognizes that. You know, I have taken the full brunt of basically all of this so that Finland can survive. So yeah, it's Finland's turn. This will be my last sacrifice. I'm going to basically turtle after this. Yeah, the Global 1939 games are good if you can get in like early enough to get a good country. Alright, but that is, I think, my Call of War stream for today. I'm going to go eat some ramen, and then I'll probably restart the stream and play Arkham. Thanks for tuning in, Rockefeller. And I wish you the best of luck in your own Call of War games. Make sure to keep those psychological mind games sharp. Have a good one.